Mr. Mendez is paralegal. I would normally shake your hand, but with everything that's going on right now, I don't know if you want me to.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay, so would you like some water? We have Coke, Diet Coke.
Water's fine, thank
Water,
you.
okay, well, there you go. I'm gonna have some because I'm pregnant
Okay.
and I need to stay hydrated.
Okay.
So our secretary has informed me that you're seeking representation involving an issue with an animal that you believe was stolen by your ex-husband. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right. I've been divorced for about 2 years, and he's still trying to make me out like I'm the crazy one. The divorce is all his fault anyways. He was lazy, not responsible, drank like there's another prohibition. Probably why our marriage was so short-lived.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, and I can understand how that can be frustrating during a time like that.
Not your fault, it's his.
Well, is it okay if I call you Miss Lila?
Yeah, Liz is fine. Liz is
Okay,
fine, yeah.
well, Liz, can you please let me know how you would like our firm to help you?
I just really want to get my dog back. She's my baby, and if he does have her, he's definitely not taking care of her like the way he should.
Okay, well, our firm would be glad to assist you in any way that we can, but before we begin the interview, I do want to let you know that it will take at least 45 minutes to get everything fully gathered, all the
Absolutely.
information we need for your case. I'll be taking notes as we talk, so if I'm not always making eye contact with you, don't think too much into it. I need to make sure I document everything that's said today.
Understandable.
I do want to assure you that whatever is said in this office will not be shared with anyone who is not affiliated in this office. As we talk today, please just remember to just try to remember everything that you can and try to answer my questions as fully as you can remember. And if you don't remember anything during the interview, that is completely fine. If you remember anything after the interview, please don't hesitate to call me. Even if whatever you remember you feel like it's not important, just call me anyway.
Absolutely.
So, can you take me back to the beginning? Take me step by step through everything you remember that relates to your dog being stolen.
So the biggest issue is, the biggest point of contention was in the divorce was who was going to keep Sasha. She was purchased in Hawaii during her honeymoon a few years back. And for some reason tried to have the situation settled. Me and the original attorney argued that Sasha was a gift to me from my ex-husband because she was purchased on my birthday. And judge gave me custody to Sasha the first time.
Okay, so let me make sure I'm understanding this right. You were given sole custody of Sasha per court order.
Yes.
By the judge.
Yes.
In your divorce case. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It did not make my ex-husband very happy. He thought it was his dog. But about a month ago, I noticed that Sasha was missing. When I woke up to go feed her, and I couldn't find her anywhere, which is not like her. She's a total fatty. I went to the guest room that morning while looking for her and noticed that the window was open, which is not normal. It was raining outside, so I closed it and called the police and told them my ex-husband had taken my dog, I suspected. When the police arrived at my house, they started checking out the window in the guest bedroom for forced entry.
Okay, so you did see your ex-husband take your dog?
No, I believe he took her while I was sleeping, because no one else would have reason to steal her or have a reason other to take her other than him. The guest bedroom's at the back of the house, and so no one could see him climb in or out and take her. And Sasha's bed is in the same room, which is adjacent to the guest bedroom.
Okay, well, you're giving me very good information. I appreciate that. Do you remember what the officer said to you, like in regards to what evidence they found pertaining to your dog being stolen?
They didn't say much of anything. Sergeant Tony was the officer's name, and he said there was no sign of any break-in, no crowbar marks on the windows, but I'm pretty sure I left the window unlocked anyways, because we're out in the country, who needs to lock your windows? And there were no fingerprints found on the window other than mine, so the only thing I can think of is my ex-husband was wearing gloves, which was a surprisingly smart move on his end, because he wasn't very smart during our marriage.
Okay, do you know if the officer questioned your ex-husband or not?
He said he did, yes. He did question about Sasha. He said my ex-husband had no knowledge of Sasha and said that he didn't even let him that he had let him search the place and there was nothing found, no evidence, not even dog fur.
Okay, do you know if your ex-husband said anything else to the officer about you or Sasha?
He also relayed to the officer that I was unstable, that they had actively stopped looking for Sasha at that point because they made it sound like I was crazy since I spent time in Carroll State Hospital.
Okay, what do you mean by he pretty much told them you were crazy?
I just want to point out that I'm not crazy and I did everything voluntarily for my own health.
We do not judge our clients in this office here. We don't do that ever. We are here to only help our clients.
Okay.
I assure you that.
So I have been hospitalized twice for depression, which is a common cold of mental illnesses. And like I said, it was voluntary. I was hospitalized shortly after our marriage for 3 months, and it was there that I got diagnosed with severe depression. I had another bout of depression during the divorce, which is understandable from all the stress. And the final hearing actually had to be postponed due to the hospitalization for 45 days at that time.
Well, I mean, we all go through different things in our lives. I mean, especially during a divorce. And I see that you also told our secretary that you're a nurse. That can be a pretty demanding job, a lot of stress.
Yes.
Regardless, whatever the reasons were, I think it was irresponsible on your end that you sought help on your own terms.
Thank you. I just can't believe that he would try to use it against me. Well, Ashley, no, I can't believe all that. All I want is for your attorney to get a court order to have Sasha return to me. I don't ever believe my ex-husband would ever hurt her, but he is an officer, and so I think he's using that sway in the department for his own gain.
Okay. Was your ex-husband an officer the whole time you were married?
Yes, he was. He became an officer a year or so before we met, so he hadn't been one long. I just really hope Mr. Mendez can help me. I need something different this time, who's understanding about my situation.
Okay. Explain to me a little more when you say you need someone different this time. Did you have previous representation on your matter, or do you have current representation?
Does that matter? What difference does that make?
Well, if you had previous representation and things went south, you can let me know so we can ensure that whatever was the cause of that, it does not happen here. We don't want to make that same mistake.
It became a money issue, the representation.
So are you concerned about compensation from your ex-husband, like for your troubles in regards to if he did steal your dog? Because Mr. Mendez will be able to go over that more in detail with you after he's reviewed your case.
No, the lawyer who handled my divorce case, I felt, was overpriced for our services, and I refused to pay him when he gave me his exorbitant fee at the end. I didn't want your office to think I was going to use your services to my advantage and then not pay you. I just really want help with my situation.
Okay. Well, Mr. Mendez will be the one to go over all of the legal fees with you and how you would feel comfortable proceeding with your payments.
That sounds great.
It's no problem at all. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me and answer all of my questions, and I know how hard it had to be to remember everything. This will help Mr. Mendez tremendously, though, in evaluating your case. Can you think of anything else that we haven't talked about that you might remember that can be of importance?
No, I think that's everything.
Okay. Like I said earlier, if you can think of anything else, please do not hesitate to call me whatsoever. Here is my number and my email address.
Thank you.
I'll give Mr. Mendez your information, and I'll call you within a week to set up an appointment with him. What day of the week works best for you?
Early afternoon works best, 12 to 1. That's when I take my lunches between shifts.
All right, I will definitely make a note of that. But in the meantime, thank you for coming,
No, thank
Liz,
you.
and you have a very good day.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.